Hey guys, what's going on? Just going to take a quick look here at Dogecoin. Ticker for this is Doge and currently on a weekly time frame. I covered this coin about 6 days ago, and in that previous analysis, I mentioned that this right here was the level to watch. This downsloping level of resistance has been holding the price down for a little over 2 years. Another significant level was right here, this horizontal line at around 0.09153. As you can see, it was resistance right here and again resistance right here. Right now, with this candle, we are above both levels. Of course, this hasn't closed yet. It's only Wednesday. This candle closes Sunday evening at about 8 p.m. Eastern time. But if the candle were to close as it is, this is an incredibly bullish sign. I'll zoom out and show you that this is called a bullish pennant formation. So we had this long flagpole, and then we had this downsloping level of resistance, this upsloping level of support. The lines eventually converge, and then you get a breakout more often than not to the upside. The target on this, the way to determine that is you would measure the length of the flagpole and project it from the breakout point. So as you can imagine, the target on this is quite high. Now, there are going to be near-term roadblocks. So these levels right here I have marked out as being potential levels of resistance where sellers might look to come in, people might look to take profits. However, these are not the ultimate target based on the breakout of this bullish pennant formation. So the way I got these potential levels of resistance, I just took a Fibonacci retracement tool, ran it from the top here down to the low, swing high down to the swing low, and then it gives me these projections. And then normally what I like to do, I like to see how these line up with the price action. So if I was not looking at the fib, would I consider this level right here as a potential level of resistance, which is the 382? I mean, it has a little bit of confluence with the price action, but probably not. However, right here at the 50% at around 19 cents, definitely would. So see, this level was support right here. When we broke below it, it was a level of resistance. So definitely right here, the 50% level, 19 cents is an area that I would look to and anticipate a little bit of selling pressure to come in. Beyond that, we have the 618. And again, if the Fibonacci was not here, would I look to this level as a potential level of resistance? Definitely. Look at the top of this range. Actually, this is the golden pocket. So it's between the 618 and the 65% retracement level. The 65% retracement level is basically this level pretty much exactly. So right at the top of these candle bodies, and I have that at around 28 cents, so 0.28709. So these are a few near-term levels. So I'll just get rid of the Fibonacci right now. And now that we see that the price is breaking out of a very bullish pattern, this is very, very good news. However, if you're not in, actually, I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm not in Dogecoin right now. So I would personally be looking for an entry. So how would I do that? I could essentially just buy this on spot and wait for about 6 to 12 months and then see where the price is after that. I imagine it's going to be much higher than we are right now. But if I want to trade on the short to midterm, and if I wanted to use leverage, which is not necessary on this particular coin, actually right now, with all of these altcoins breaking out of very bullish patterns and just basically changing the trend from a long-term downtrend to an uptrend, capital preservation should be your main priority, right? So I would not recommend using high leverage on any of these coins because the multiples that they can generate are good enough. You don't need the leverage. Now, I don't always take my own advice and I trade with leverage, but if I was to be giving this advice to my best friend or my brother or whatever, I would say don't play around with leverage, just buy on spot and be patient. Now for me, if I'm going to use a little bit of leverage, definitely not more than 5x, I would have to take this down to the smaller time frame to look for an entry price, right? Because the weekly time frame, the macro is showing me that this is a very bullish development. However, if I take it down to the smaller time frame here, if I look at the 1 hour, we're very, very overextended, right? So if I were to enter right here with leverage, I could potentially get liquidated on a pullback, right? So I need to be very careful and I need to look for a good retracement to get in. That way I'll have a support level and I'll be able to buy against that. So a lot of people will look to moving averages. I prefer just to look at the price action. So looking at the price, I can identify that right here is the potential level that I could buy. This breakout point. However, there's obviously no guarantee that it's going to pull back to that level. Another thing I'll do, I'll take a Fibonacci retracement and see if I have confluence at that level. So run it from the bottom to the top. So the 50% comes in slightly above it. So what I could do, if I'm lucky enough to be able to get a retracement here, I can use this as an entry. I can buy it around 0.09672, and if I were to place a stop loss, I would make sure it was below the level that I just marked out here based on the price. However, personally, I would not place a stop loss there. I would just look to scale in at these retracement levels, right? So maybe I buy a little bit at the 382, maybe I buy a little bit at the 50, and then I buy a little bit more at this golden pocket range, the 618. And each time one of these buys triggers, that will lower my liquidation price. So that's probably how I would personally play it. And of course, I would not use a high percentage of my trading portfolio if I'm using leverage. But again, to clarify, if I'm talking to my brother, if I'm talking to my best friend, I'm just saying Dogecoin is breaking out of a very bullish pattern. Just buy the coins, stick it on a hardware wallet, and just wait and just be patient. That's the advice I would give somebody that's close to me that's not a very experienced trader. Okay, zooming back out to the weekly time frame here. What you want to look for now is you want to make sure that this candle body closes above this horizontal level, which is around 0.09112. Again, as I mentioned, if the candle closed as is, like right now, this would be a very good sign. Now, if the price does pull back, this broken level of resistance would also be a pretty good place to get in. Another potentially good entry would be a retest of this downsloping level of support. Of course, if we do come all the way down here, it means we have broken this former level of resistance, which would not be a good sign. However, a pullback to here or a pullback to retest the downsloping level of resistance based on the wicks here would also be a good entry point. Point is, though, this is a very bullish sign. I'm a little bit excited, but yeah, I would personally be looking at scaling into a position on Dogecoin right now. Anyway, guys, this is just a quick update to tell you that we have gotten a breakout that I mentioned to be watching for on my last video about 6 days ago. This looks really, really good. All right, guys, I think that pretty much wraps up this quick analysis. A couple things. First, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release new videos, click subscribe, click the bell, click on all. Now that the market seems to be turning, you definitely want to have that alert on. So if I see something, I get a video out, maybe I can show you something that you weren't looking for. So yeah, definitely make sure you're subscribed. Also, if you want a place to trade Dogecoin and pretty much any of the other coins I talk about on this channel, I put a link to 3 different exchanges in both the pinned comment and description. All 3 of those exchanges are offering you guys bonuses for signing up. For 2 of them, they require KYC, so you're going to have to submit your personal information. But if you didn't want to do that, then the one you should check out is linked at the top, and that's called BingX. Also, you may need a VPN depending on where you're located, so I put a link to a promotion on a VPN, again, in both the pinned comment and description. All right, guys, have a good day. Take care. Bye.